Hi, my name is Julie Lim. I write under the name of Joni Daniels, and I'm just going to be reading an extract from my debut novel, The Hub. So this is based on true events, but it deals with a very difficult subject of mental illness and what happens when somebody reaches breaking point and their mind starts to work against them. So I'm just going to start with it's written in a diary style, so I'm going to start with something called The Prophecy, where Kate, the main character, who's a horse rider, she's at the stables, and it's an ordinary day. She's just come back from a training ride, and she's getting in her car to drive home. I drove home that day in a haze of happiness. My right foot hit the pedal to the metal, and I sped along in my comfort zone, cocooned in utter bliss. Roof down with the sun blaring down and singing in harmony with Simon Le Bon to Planet Earth. I rounded a sharp right-hand bend, tyres only leaving a small amount of rubber behind on the tarmac. As I did, a voice shouted in my ear and rudely interrupted my journey home. "Dead by Christmas!" It screamed into my ear. For a moment, I thought my car stereo was playing games with me. I looked at the display and it had not moved. The red light still reading CD1. What the hell had just happened? Where had that come from? Shaken, I slowed down, pulled over to the side of the road, breathing shakily. Dead by Christmas, what? I looked around me. The sun was still shining, cars were passing me on the familiar road, and I was halfway home. Nothing strange to see. So why did I feel so frightened? So now we're going to go to where Kate is being. She's very poorly. This is called Power Up. She's just been released from hospital. She's had an accident and has come out of a coma. Physically, she's mending. Mentally, she's really not doing so great. So Thursday the 7th of January 2016, night time. During the remainder of the afternoon, after I'd had my first vivid dream at home, I'd followed John downstairs and eaten toast, drank tea, taken some painkillers, then told him of the revelations I'd seen and heard whilst I slept. And now I could not believe what was happening. I'd been home for less than 12 hours and they'd come into my house uninvited. Well, I didn't invite them. It seemed that my family had become concerned for my behaviour. I didn't understand why. All I had done was ask the doctor that they had sent to check me over to leave. There was no point in being there. He asked me questions and then didn't listen to me. He wouldn't accept the answers I gave him when he asked about my health. I was fuming. With John, with the girls, with the medics that they're now sent to assess my mental health. Why wouldn't anyone listen to me? "Can you come downstairs, please? We'd like to speak with you," said one of the assembly who were gathered at the foot of the stairs. "No. Leave me alone," I screamed down to them. "Get out of my house now." So Kate is really not happy. So I'm just moving on a little bit. They hadn't taken no for an answer and had tried to come after me. I couldn't leave now. Why weren't they listening? It's all anyone needs, isn't it? To be heard. They'd been into our bedroom, violated it. They'd been into our private sanctuary. I trusted these people. Offered them my hospitality and they'd thrown it all back at me, laughed at me and decided to take me away. There was no way I was going with them. It was past 8 o'clock at night now and I was tired. Just wanted to go to bed and they were trying to drag me out of my home. No way. "Kate, we're coming upstairs now," one called after me. He put his foot on the first stair. I threw a book. Not at him exactly, but it sailed past his right shoulder, caught him off guard. He hastily retreated. And this is how the land lay now. They were whispering to each other, still at the bottom, but now surrounded by all sorts of paraphernalia strewn around them. Books, DVDs, some with their cases open and the disc hanging out, broken picture frames, perfume bottles, ornaments. They all adorned the stairs and the floor around them. Broken glass shattered as it had hit the wall on the way down and left shards sticking up dangerously from the stair carpet. "Leave me alone, you'd better not try and come up here, I mean it." My last outburst appeared to work. They retreated back to the safety of my kitchen. I sat on the top step, straining to hear what they were saying. But they'd taken refuge behind the closed door, and all I could hear was the mumble of male voices. I giggled as I recalled the look on their faces when the first missile sailed past them. They hadn't expected that. Serves them right for taking the piss out of my good nature. John had looked very scared, and although I was still mad with him, I realised that he'd run the hospital in good faith. I was sorry that I'd upset him, but not sorry enough to forgive him just yet. So the book then goes on as Kate is sectioned and taken away, and then her battle with her mental health and her demons really begins, and her fight to get home, back to her family and back to some kind of normal life. So thank you for asking me to read that extract. I do hope that you've enjoyed it. You can get my book on Kindle, and it's soon going to be available in paperback as well on Amazon, so watch this space. Thank you. Bye everyone.